I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Despicable Deadpool number 296. Wade blames Captain America for why his life is in ruins. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Steve Rogers has finally come to apprehend Deadpool where all the other heroes have failed. Of course, if you've been following along, this red, white, and blue soldier boy is the absolute last thing this Canadian merc with the mouth wants to see. In fact, the way Wade puts it, everything in his life went wrong as soon as Captain America asked him to kill Phil Coulson. Granted, that turned out to not be the real Captain America, but at the same time, Deadpool feels that if Captain America had asked him to jump back then, he would have said how high regardless. And that, more than anything, is what really wounds Deadpool. He thought Captain America was his friend, his ally, his mentor, and yet at the end of the day, it seems like when he lost his youth in the super soldier serum after Wolverine had died, all Captain America was really looking for was another attack dog, someone he could send to do the dirty jobs he couldn't be caught doing. In a way, treating Deadpool no differently than Weapon X or any of the other evil scientists that had sought to use him as a living weapon. Now, Steve tries to argue back, saying that he saw the good in Deadpool, that he wanted him to make it as an Avenger, that this thing with the Secret Empire is much bigger than him, and that if he turns himself in right now, he'll be sure to be lenient with his sentencing. Deadpool fires back by saying that all Captain America ever gives him is doublespeak, and that at the end of the day, evil Steve was more of a straight shooter with him, which is all part of the reason why Deadpool refused to kill evil Steve. It would be way too easy, and it would let Captain America off the hook. Instead, he wants him to live every day in fear that his evil doppelganger might sneak up on him and end his life all over again. Deadpool leads Captain America on a wild goose chase all over New York City, with their fight getting more and more violent. More and more people start to talk about Captain America as if he may have gone off the deep end again. Wade takes perverse joy in this, knowing that at this moment in time, people might very well be as scared of Captain America as they are him. Now, where is it that the merc with the mouth is leading the Star-Spangled Man? Well, it seems to be his underground sewer hideout. Steve is pretty upset to see what kind of squalor Deadpool has been living in. But oh man, if that turns his stomach, then he ain't seen nothing yet. You see, Captain America actually finds the box where Wade has been keeping the parts of Agent Preston, his one friend, his one last confidant. Deadpool says that if Captain America is so good, so moral, and so upstanding, he'll have no problem putting Agent Preston back together again, right? Only that's going to be a lot easier said than done. You'll recall S.H.I.E.L.D. fell apart, and because of that, so did their LMD department. Not taking no for an answer, however, though, Deadpool is ready to play his final and most deadly card. He says that if Captain America really wants Deadpool to turn himself in and get himself off the playing board, then he'll only surrender to Agent Preston. Also, if Cap tries to follow him, Deadpool will detonate all of the charges around his hideout, which will bring down a neighboring office building and all the innocent people left inside. This allows Wade to slip away, and as the comic winds down, he says to the reader that if he's going to be hunted like a criminal, treated like a bad guy, then well, it's about time he starts acting the part, am I right? And that right there is where the issue ends. So that's Deadpool number 296, everybody, and I gotta say, it took a while, but I think we're finally at the point where this book deserves to be called the Despicable Deadpool. Yes, this issue was still very much a variation on the hero confronts Deadpool, they fight, while also having a philosophical discussion, but here it actually had some real oomph to it. One of the best things about the Jerry Duggan era on Deadpool is how he really did bring the characters of Steve Rogers and Wade Wilson together and closer than they ever have been before. And here that relationship gets wonderfully, gleefully torpedoed, and I gotta say, it's all really effective. I'm also really happy to see Preston being given such focus. After all, the Duggan era began with Preston as a character. It's only right that she be a focal point here so close to the end. Hats off too for the writer being able to craft such wonderful self-hating dialogue for Deadpool. He's mad at Captain America, he's mad at the world, but more than anything, he's mad at himself. Not just because of all the stuff that went down with evil Steve and Hydra, but because Deadpool actually thought he could make it as an Avenger. He actually thought he could be more of a traditional hero instead of the same dirty, grimy anti-hero he's always been. Overall, I thought this issue bounced the series back in a big bad way, and I really hope they keep this momentum going into the finale. I would give it an 8 out of 10. So that's Deadpool, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of these other videos. Then you can follow me on social media at CaveJoel, so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you like what I do and are feeling in a supportive mood, please check my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and they can do so for as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 a year. And until next time, everyone, this has been CaveJoel. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.